everyone and welcome to English Up. This is Mohammed Nabil and this is my series of videos to help teachers enhance their teaching skills. In this part, we are going to discuss an important language teaching principle that comes from understanding the difference between learning and acquisition. While both can be good, in learning languages, there is a big difference between learning and acquisition. And the two concepts don't really get along. In one corner, you have learning. Learning involves the ability to comprehend and recall the information as it is given to you. Much like what happens in most classes. You read from a book, you have discussions, you try to understand the principles and show your understanding through some practice. In the other corner, you have acquisition. Acquisition is much more than simple learning. Acquisition means that you not only learn, but also apply those principles in the real world. And when it comes to language learning, acquisition is truly the only way to measure your students' success. This means that you are able to not only you understand and recognize all the vocabulary words and grammar tenses, but also you can use the linguistic structures that you have learned in a way that is fluid and automatic. In some sense, the idea behind acquisition is that you can actually use the language that you were given to speak, write, read, and listen in real context and under real circumstances. Thus, in language teaching, acquisition wins over learning every time. Now we are going to talk about two moods of learning. Douglas Brown introduces the idea of two different types of learning using the metaphor of a camera. For Brown, using the language is like using a camera that has two different lenses, a zoom lens and a wide angle lens. When you're learning a language through a zoom lens, you are focusing in on a very small specific linguistic forms like a vocabulary word, the past tense, or small pronunciation rule. However, when you are learning a language through a wide angle lens, you are trying to understand an overall general meaning or trying to convey a message without worrying so much about every single rule about vocabulary, grammar, or pronunciation. Brown isn't the only one who is talking about two distinct moods of learning. Barbara Oakley, who teaches the famous online course Learning How to Learn, explains this by describing two different ways to focus your learning. One she calls the focus mood and the other the diffuse mood of learning. In a focused mood, you concentrate and look carefully at certain tasks, such as reading a chapter in a textbook. She recommends focusing for a specific length of time, like 25 minutes, when in a focused mood. A diffuse mood, however, is a time that you let your mind wander and make connections that is otherwise wouldn't make when you focus too narrowly. As a teacher, one of your jobs will be sometimes to help your students focus on a specific feature of their language, often that they haven't been paying attention to, but other times having them step back and not focus on every single mistake that they have made. By stepping back, you will help learners understand overall structure and meaning as they communicate and gain fluency. In this sense, language is a camera and you are the photographer, moving the students back and forth between two modes of learning. Thank you for watching.